Hey guys, what's up? Alex here, back again. It's been a while. It's been quite a while actually. It's been almost a year since I last uploaded on this channel, which is crazy. I just I don't know, just didn't really feel like I needed to upload anything or that I wanted to upload anything. But we are back with Season 4 of the TBL. Yes, I am returning for Season 4 of the TBL as the coach of the Wisconsin Whimsicots. Season 3 ended kind of bad for me. Nothing really was going on in my life, but I just didn't really feel motivated to upload, let alone do the league. But obviously that has changed because here I am, doing another draft analysis for Season 4 of the TBL. I'm super excited for this, not only because I mean it this time. I do want to get back in YouTube. I don't promise that I'm going to, but I really do. It is something that I have been wanting to do for a long time. I stream over on twitch.tv/AlexCoolRocket. I do a whole bunch of streams over there. I'll be doing a bunch more content on here. Hopefully that's the plan. And on my stream that isn't Pokemon related, because I don't have a capture card for my 3DS. So I can't really like stream or upload my battles directly as they're like happening. But we do have workarounds for that, as you saw with one of my videos last year for Season 3, where I just kind of like commentated over post-battle. So that's the plan, is to upload this draft analysis and also upload weekly battles. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it then. So, I got first overall draft pick, and I drafted Protein Greninja. Surprise, surprise! I know. I had never used this mon before, so I had known I know it's a really good mon. Obviously, because it rarely ever makes it to like the third pick of the first round. It's crazy. And yes, it is legal in this league. It was voted on that it would stay in tier 1. And so yeah, it is not Ubers, it is tier 1. And I kind of had some second thoughts about this because I wanted to sort of play it safe. But as I was talking to one of the fellow coaches, Kohanks, who kind of helped me not really fully build this team, but helped me talk through some decisions that I was trying to make in my head. I figured, you know what, if I don't draft it now, I'm never going to be able to use it this season, let alone ever again, because it's not every day you get first round draft pick. So yeah, Protein Greninja, not really much more I can say on it. Everyone knows how good it is. It is insanely powerful. And as for the next pick, for round 2, I picked up Mega Scizor. This is a mon that I used last season. Now, to preface this, this season I wanted to go with at least the majority of the mons that I drafted. I wanted to go with ones that I hadn't used before. Obviously, I used this one in the past, but it was just something that I frankly couldn't pass up. It's just a really overall solid mon. Super high attack. Not the fastest thing in the world, but it does got good defense. It can hit like a truck, and Protein Greninja can switch into the fire types that it takes care that threaten it with its 4 times weakness to fire, and stuff like that. So yeah, nothing really much more I can say on here. It's just a really solid mon. Pretty standard first and second round picks going here, but then the third round, so I was looking for a Pokemon that was a ground and steel type, because I needed to cover this 4 times weakness, and while Protein Greninja can switch into fire types, excuse me, it can't really get the job done that I needed to. So I was looking for a ground and steel type, and I was talking to Kohanks, and I don't think I was home at the time, or I wasn't at my computer or whatever, and I didn't realize that Gliscor hadn't been drafted yet in round 3. I was kind of shocked by that, personally, because I know that is also a very good mon. So we drafted Gliscor. It covers the 4 times weakness. Oh, like that. Okay, sorry. Just had to check my phone real quick. It covers the 4 times weakness, the fire that Mega Scizor has, giving it some. They go hand in hand together. It is a pretty fast mon. You can make it. It's a bulky mon, but it also can hit hard if you build it correctly. I'm currently building for my week 1 battle right now, and there's quite a bit you can do with it. It can gets defog, stealth rock. It gets a whole bunch of stuff that is super useful for your team overall. So yeah, super excited to use this mon. This was also another one that I had never used before, and that was again the goal of this season, was to draft things that I really either wasn't comfortable with or just had no idea what to, or just hadn't like never used them before. So yeah, next round, so I had first round. That means I get to go twice in a row, but that means I also have to wait a while. By the time it got back around to me, surprisingly, Lola Marowak was still there, and again, that's another mon that I had already used, but again, very, very solid Pokemon. This thing, you can just click Flare Blitz all day, and it just bursts through everything. It's also a very good typing. It's like the physical version of Chandelure with Fire Ghost as its type. Pretty good defense stat too. Not the best speed at all, but you know what? Once it does hit something, it pretty much can nearly kill almost anything it hits. It gets access to Lightning Rod too, which can be super helpful for my team, as you'll also see later on. Lightning Rod is probably it's a pretty important ability for my team. So yeah. And then directly after that, we went with yet another mon that I had also drafted. This is the last one, trust me. Toxapex. I mean, what can I say? The stats say it all on the screen. This thing is an absolute wall, and we just did the draft stream not too long ago, like literally like half an hour ago. And when we got to this pick, people were saying how much they hated it, and you know what? I can see why, and I hate it too. But that's why I drafted it, because if you can't beat them, join them. This thing is insane. It is the stalling machine. It will 9 times out of 10 stall you to death in a stall battle to win the match. It's just really good. People hate this mon. Celesteela was also drafted first round as well. That was like going to be my safe pick for round 1. That's also another hated mon. But yeah, apparently there was like some unspoken rule that Gold, who is the person who runs this league, if you're watching this, you probably already know that, but apparently there was an unspoken rule to not draft this thing, but then I went ahead and drafted it anyways, and I had no idea, so gotta break the rules sometimes, I guess. Alright, next up we have Heliolisk. Now this is kind of where my team starts to take kind of a weird turn. You'll notice a trend going on here as we get further in the picks. But I was really eyeing up Jolteon, and I think this is the first time I got sniped. Because I'm gonna be honest, I did not have a plan going into this. I was just kind of gonna go with the flow. I wasn't really. I was hoping, obviously, that I get first round draft pick, because who doesn't? But I didn't actually expect myself to. So I didn't really have a plan, and I wanted something with Volt Switch, obviously, so that would be an electric type, and one that was available in tier 3 was Jolteon, and then I got sniped. But I wasn't too mad about it, because then I saw Heliolisk. I'm like, perfect. This thing has a above average special attack and above average speed as well. It works really well in the sun, which we'll get to in a second, because that's kind of where my team starts to go in a different direction than I thought, and yeah, we might have to make some adjustments with trades later on, but you know, we'll see. So right after Heliolisk, I was talking to Coinks, and he's like, you know what? Because you drafted that, let's. It was basically like you drafted Jelly, so why not draft Peanut Butter? We got Torkoal here. Oh, I can't believe I just said that. That's a really bad pun, but you know what? We're gonna leave it anyways. this thing, I frankly have no idea what it does. Let's see. Let me just look real quick. I know that it sets up the sun. Oh Jesus, I spelled that wrong. Oh Jesus. Oracle. Molgon. I just doing a little bit of live stuff here. Yeah, so it gets Stealth Rock. It gets Toxic, surprisingly. I did not know that. It gets Will-O-Wisp. This thing can basically is there to go in there, set up stuff like Stealth Rock and Toxic, and you know, just kind of sit there and then set up the sun, obviously with the ability Drought. Really good at what it does. That's really all I drafted it for, and that's really all I think I'm gonna use it for being honest. But yeah, still I'm starting to see a trend with this, or you're starting to probably see a trend with this team. And yeah, it's starting to take a weird turn, but you know what? I love this team. I love it because it's different, and it's nothing I thought I would ever be drafting in a Pokemon League. Next up, we got Ursaring, and this is my Tier 5 Mon. I didn't really know what to draft for Tier 5. Ursaring is just a really solid Mon, so I decided, you know what, why not pick it up? Let me just look to see what its ability is. I know it gets Guts. Ursa. Yes, its ability Guts. This thing can work in Trick Room, but obviously I'm not using Trick Room on my team. This thing is just another very powerful, strong physical attacker to add to the list of the physical attackers I already have with Mega Scizor and Alola Marowak. This is kind of a semi-offensive team in the sun. It's a weird team, but you know what? Like I said, I like it a lot, and I'm really excited to use it. And it just keeps getting more interesting as we go on, because our next pick is Venusaur. Venusaur, I really wanted to draft Mega Venusaur, but obviously that didn't work out because it's a really good Mon. I didn't expect it to make it too far. I had my eyes on it, but you know what? It is what it is. You pick the next best thing, which is regular Venusaur. This thing also works well in the sun with its base, and it also has a base 80 speed, which is nothing to sneeze at, and it's pretty high special attack, or not pretty high, but pretty above average special attack and special defense as well. This thing is very versatile from what I'm learning from building with it, especially in the sun. This thing can surprisingly speed out a decent amount of Pokemon for the teams that I'm going to go up against this season. Really excited to use it. I had always been interested in Mega Venusaur. I think, what was it? I know Gold had it one season. I don't know if it was last season or season 2. But yeah, it's just something, again, I've always wanted to use, and I've never used it before, so why not draft it as well. Then round 10, I picked Chansey. Playmaker messaged me and said that I needed some lyric support. And I'm like, you know what, I got you. I was going to draft Milk Tank, but I let Kohanks get that because he was helping me out, and I was like, you know what, I'll let you have it. So I picked probably even a better pick than Milk Tank with Chansey, a tier 3 Mon, which was surprisingly still there. This thing is just insane. It has an absurd amount of HP, pretty solid special defense as well. It gets access to, it's basically here for cleric support, and it does that job perfect for my team, for any team actually. This thing is insane. I pissed off a few people by picking this. There was a lot of moaning and groaning going in the Discord when I picked this, and for good reason. Chansey is insane. And then for my final pick, I didn't really know what to do for this final one, but I had just enough points left to where I could only draft another tier 5. So I thought I'm kind of building a semi-sun team here, and just to throw even another wrench into this weird, awkward team, I picked Charizard as tier 5. Like I said, it goes well in the sun because it's a fire type. That is my third fire type for this team. I have 3 fire types 2 water types, and a Mega that is 8 times weak to fire. But you know what? We're gonna make it work. And yeah, this is gonna be an interesting team here. It may not look like the best, but it's got some very like heavy hitters on it, and I feel like with maybe like some trades and some pickups, I could make it work. Might change out my Mega, not too sure what I'm gonna change it into if I do change it. But other than that, I'm liking the weirdness. Not even really weirdness, but just like how do I explain it? I just like this team. I'm so glad that I got first round draft pick because well, I got to draft things that I would normally never get to draft in draft format and use at all. I'm super pumped for this season. I really do want to upload the battles. I don't know about team builders because I kind of do team building. I don't really have a set time where I team build. I always make sure that I try and get it done like at least at the latest 2 days before before the battle, excuse me, so that I have time to gen the team and everything. But expect battles on a weekly basis. My first one is actually happening this Saturday. It is currently Thursday. I'm recording this. This I think will go up the day that I'm having the battle. So be on the lookout next week for the week 1 battle for TBL Season 4, where we will be facing David and his pretty insane team next week. Had to pause and think about what I was going to say there. We're going to be facing him. No, sorry. We're going to be facing him this week. Expect the battle video up next week. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please, if you're not already following my Twitch, I am much more active on there than I am on here. But hopefully that will change. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Ciao.